testing, mic testing. Praise Jesus. Can you hear me? And welcome to my channel. Hey guys, we are still mic testing. How are you doing? Praise Jesus. We are testing out everything. Oh my god, this is so hot. So we have settled on this spot. I don't know if this is a better spot, but I think it's the best in the room because there is good lighting. So hey guys, mic testing, mic testing, mic testing, mic testing, mic testing, mic testing, mic testing. This is the last time I'm mic testing, mic testing. Oh my god.
A few moments later.
I think we just are going to get into the video. I've done a lot of mic testing, so I think now we are okay. We can just start the video. I have written a few questions that I feel like would be ideal for a get to know me video. I've never done this before, so bear with me if you feel like the answers are not what you are normally hearing on YouTube. This is my first time here. We are all learning together, so yeah, bear with me. And welcome to my channel. So we'll go right into the questions. I've written them down because I feel like I'm more of someone who is, I try to organize my things. So I've written them somewhere on my notepad. So let's get into it. And welcome. So the first question. What is your name and what should people call you? I feel like my name is Shikoliz, just from my channel, Shikoliz Diaries. But I feel like most people who know me personally, maybe from home, they call me Shiko, and people at work call me Liz. So I think that's usually the difference. At work, it's more formal, so they call me Liz. And at home, people call me Shiko, and also my friends and close family, they call me Shiko. Where are you from? I'm a Nairobi girl, but I think born in Nakuru and lived in Nakuru partially, and then now my family moved in Nairobi. So yeah, I'm in Nairobi. What is your favorite food? I don't know. I think, do I have a favorite food really? I am an old soul, so I really love organic food. My sisters come to my house, they find sijui sauerkraut, sijui nini. But basically, apart from like anything like organic, I think I love fish. Yeah, I think my favorite dish is fish. I don't know why. What do you do in your free time? To be honest, I barely have a lot of free time. But if I am free, for instance, on a Sunday afternoon, I like listening to good music because that will also relate to my next questions. I love music so much, so I love listening to good music, especially like gospel music. I love listening to podcasts that are nourishing to my soul. Anything for growth. But also apart from that, I also enjoy like a good movie. I also like to travel a lot. Despite the time and time being an issue, I love traveling. I love reading a good book. As you can see, I have built my collection over time. So yeah, I'm trying to really have a good read every month. Have a good read because I feel like they are really they're really helping me. So yeah, I'll answer 5 questions that are like normal questions that you hear on YouTube, and then I'll answer like 10 more questions that are more deeper because I feel like I am a deep person, and this channel will really reflect who I am as a person. I think most people know me at surface level, but this channel will reflect maybe who I am as a person, and that is really scary for me because that is like putting myself out there and giving them the guns and the bullets to be like, yeah, this is who she is. But I feel like one thing, I have had a death, and that is ego death. I feel like I don't really feel like if people know these parts of me, they will, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, next question. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Good question. So, am I an introvert or an extrovert? I think I am both, depending with the environment. I can be really an introvert, especially like I feel like I can really be an introvert. I can be silent for long periods, and especially like at work. And also, it depends with the environment I am in. Around my family and friends, oh my god, they know a completely different person. So I feel like I'm not an introvert, neither am I an extrovert. I am an ambivert. I really adjust according to environment and according to the persona and the people around me. What's your favorite music or artist right now? Interesting. My favorite music right now is gospel music. I am a Christian and I love Jesus so much. So I feel like anything to do with Jesus really excites me. I love listening to like some good, especially not all gospel music, by the way, I'll be honest. I love Maverick. I love Bethel music. I love some good Kenyan music. I love Rwandanese good like gospel music. I love hip hop gospel. I love R&B gospel. And above all, I love my music. I am a gospel artist. Come on. I have two songs that are online. So I'll give you a story of how I recorded 5 songs but only released 2. That's a story for another day. But I should have 7 on my channel. But yeah, I'm also one of my favorite gospel artists, because I feel like, especially now as a gospel artist who is learning on her own, I think I have had a lot of time to really understand that music is an art and it's not easy to create it. So I really appreciate, like, the gospel artists that are out there and doing that thing, like, and like lifting Jesus in different ways and in different music. So that's my favorite genre of music, basically. Uh, what's something that is small that makes you happy? Something that really lifts my mood is interacting with someone who gets me. I think that's something that I really appreciate. I think there is that 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 saying that says how profound it is to be understood. I think for me, being understood is so profound. So I feel like anyone that comes into my life and they get me, they understand who I am. I think that's something that makes me happy and lifts my mood. And also, like, yeah, doing good, also being being there for someone who cannot repay me, that's something that really like fills my heart. So yeah, so we will move to deeper questions. Deeper and more spiritual questions, huh? What are you beyond your name and what people see online? So, beyond the face, beyond what you guys are going to be seeing online, beyond what people see, beyond what people know, I feel like he's a girl who is constantly evolving. I am constantly evolving and trying to be a better version of myself. So I think that is what that is what goes beyond the screen time, maybe beyond what you show people. And that involves a lot of tears, that involves a lot of laughter, involves a lot of brokenness, a lot of everyday experiences that make you a better person and basically make you grow. And I feel like I am an old soul, basically. So I feel like I don't try to label any experience as a bad experience or a good experience. For me, they are all experiences. They are all experiences, and I come with an open heart to receive the good and the bad, and that is evolving for me. So that is what I think people don't see beyond on the online persona that all of us maybe try to create. Beyond anything else, it's just a girl who is just trying to figure life out, trying to evolve, trying to be a better version of herself, and trying to really make a better future for herself and her family. So that's what people maybe do not know about me or do not see. The other question is, what experience changed you the most? And oh my god. Oof. What experience changed me the most? The experience that really changed me the most is salvation. You will not believe it. It is salvation, because I feel like I have gotten to understand who I am now. I think there was purpose for me, but now inside Christ, the purpose is more refined and more defined, and salvation is the ultimate experience that changed my life and has changed my life for the better. And yeah, I think I'll say that. What does spirituality mean to you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. For me, spirituality is, as I said, salvation being the best thing that has ever happened to me, and just receiving Christ. I feel like spirituality and what it means to me is connection, intimacy. That is what I can say, because it makes me also understand myself more. Spirituality is about connection. How are you connecting? How are you connected to God? How are you connecting, and at what level are you connecting with Him? So I feel like for me, it's about being present. It's about feeling connected to something that is greater than me in this physical world. I feel like I really look around sometimes and I'm like, oh my goodness, this world is really not my home. So I think connecting to God has really helped me overcome so much, and that has made me like love this walk and this journey with Him. So I feel like that's what spirituality is. It means to me, like a love that is the greatest, a greater love, and then reading the Word and remembering that He loved me before I loved Him. Oh my God, it makes me just love Him more and understand that it's a work of authenticity also, and then also I'll mention something that for me spirituality is also about authenticity. I know there are labels of how you should be as a Christian, this and this and this, and for me spirituality, for me, I want it to be a work of authenticity. And when God looks above and when God looks at me from heaven, I want Him to be pleased with me. I want Him to be pleased that she actually walked her path. I don't want to live anybody's life, anybody's path, and I don't want to live under any label. I just want to know Him as the author and the finisher of my soul. So I feel like, have I answered? I feel like I'm in my head so much with the answers. I don't know what I'm saying. But I don't want to say anything that is not from my heart. So I'm speaking from my heart. Okay. Another question is, when do you feel most like your true self? Oof, good question. When I feel most as my true self is when I don't try to impress anybody, when I actually live my life and I'm like, I did that authentically, I did that without asking anybody if they are gonna be. And it's not about pride, no, it's about doing things in all humility, doing things in a way that you are just unapologetically and authentically yourself. So I feel like when I feel truest to myself is when I am fully present, either alone or when I'm around people. But in that moment, I am not impressing. I am not doing anything to look over my shoulder and be like, how do they feel about it? Like, it's not in a bad way. Like, I do things, I don't know. Am I understood? I don't want to be misunderstood. Okay, misunderstand. But basically, I think above that, it's also in my music. My true self is when I create with God, and when I get a song from Him. I have so many songs that I have recorded, like on my VN, like voice notes to myself. If you don't have your own WhatsApp group, you have a problem. You and yourself and your mind, you need to have a WhatsApp group where you send your thoughts and all that. So in these moments, I usually feel so much as my true self, because I feel like at that moment I feel like I am having real conversations with myself and with God. So I don't know if that's an answer, but yeah. What are you currently healing from? Ooh, I am currently healing from external validation. Being someone who is now going through therapy and also self-therapy, where I go and sit down with my journal, with my Bible, and with my God, and we sit down and we have these conversations, like real candid conversations of even why did you do that? Why did you allow this? These candid conversations have really helped me understand that there is so much to heal from. Honestly, I feel like most people don't talk about it, but uh, there is so much that society expects from us, so much that people expect from us, and being someone who has now crossed that bridge, even for this channel to be up, oh my goodness, I have had so much battle with self-sabotage, but I feel like that is also something that I'm healing from. I'm reading a book currently that is called The Mountain Is You, and I've realized that sometimes you are the foot of the mountain, but you have to start climbing, and that mountain is actually you are the mountain. But every day, the step of realizing that I want to be better, I want to be a better version of myself, makes you really go through a journey of understanding who you are. And also, something that I'm healing from above that is my I'm healing from like past expectations, and also I'm healing from accepting myself for me, because I feel like I don't know, are there perfect people who are like, yeah, I love myself, every part of me? I feel like we all have parts where we are like, I wish that would have been different, but now God has, in Christ, I have really gotten to love myself. And also that is something that you heal from, because you remember that your mind has to come to a point where it accepts the reality, and it learns and unlearns so many things. So it is a garden, you garden it every day, you learn every day. So yeah, that is something that I love so much. What motivates you to keep going even on the hard days? Ooh, this is a good one. What motivates me is my purpose. Sometimes I'm really in the pits, but I remember who God has called me to be, and I remember that this is more than Elizabeth. I mean, this is more than Shikuliz. It is greater than me. So I have to wake up, dust myself, and even if I have those days when I feel like I don't want to keep going. And then another thing that really, really, really motivates me is family. I love my family, and I know they know that I love them. So that is also something that fuels me. On days when I have bad days, I'm like, hi mom, how are you doing? Can we talk? Or when I'm having a day when I just want to rant, I'm like, hi sis, do you have a minute? And that really, really fuels me and keeps me going, because I feel like despite anything, family is the greatest support system that you'll ever have. And I wish that for anyone, a good family, people who actually love you and care about you. And yeah, another thing is something. What is something that people misunderstand about you? Ooh, I think I something that people don't understand me is that sometimes they can misunderstand my silence for maybe, I don't know, something that is not right. Sometimes my silence can be me just processing my emotions. I've learned to really process emotions with myself, because kitambo I used to be like, Kai, what do you think? What do you think about this? But now I'm really, really working on being grounded within myself. So I end up really processing many things on my own. And that has made me maybe lose a few friends, because that has also I've had seasons where I've had to step aside and be like, no, I need to take time to understand if this is a boundary we need to create, or I need to understand if I will accept this, or I need to understand that if I'm okay with proceeding with this. So I've really understood that it's okay to really step back, but that is something that has gotten me misunderstood by many, especially now. But now I feel like your real ones don't take that as something that is like, she's doing this. They do understand that you are on a journey. We are all on a journey, and we are all learning and unlearning so much. So yeah, that's something that people maybe don't understand me. And I think something that also people don't know, something I'll answer also on that, something that people don't know about me is that I am a very deep and empathetic person. On the outside, people be like, oh, she's this and this and this, she's jovial, sometimes I am actually a quiet soul. Yeah, who am I? Yeah, because I have my moments where I'm like really, really in my silence, and I enjoy my solitude. So I feel like something that people don't know about me is that I am a really deep person, and I really take my time before I even step aside from a situation, because I feel like I give chances a lot. I can give chances a lot, but once I am truly done giving chances. I don't think for me now there is never going back, because I usually give as many chances as I would want to be given. So I think that's something that people don't know about me, but like, don't take advantage of that, because I'll also know. Also, I have discernment, so I'll know. Another thing is that, what are you afraid of, and how are you working through it? Oof, I think, sorry, what are you afraid of, and what are you working through it? Oh wow, that's a good question. Something that I am afraid of is not getting to my full potential, and I feel like there are days when I procrastinate, there are days when I don't give my best, there are days when I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this, and I know I should be doing that. And so that makes me not get to my full potential. And I think that's my greatest fear for my career, for my everything else that I do. I don't want to get to a point and I'm like, I didn't do my very best. I didn't give my best. I want to explore that I will be the best version of myself. I'll explore and become everything that God said I would become. So that is usually my fear, that I'll get to a point and I look back and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't actually do the best that I should have done. What does your ideal life look like? Ooh, I think I'm living in my ideal life, if I'm not wrong. Uh, no, see if I'm not wrong. I think I am living in my ideal life. And you know what ideal life means to me? A life full of purpose. Um, for instance, now our ministry, like Yeshua Rescue Ministry, having it as our purpose, and doing all these missions and all these things that we do uh in partnership with God. I feel like that is the best thing that has ever happened to me. But now, living in my purpose, a life that is full of purpose, a life that is meaningful, a life that has the right people, the right relationships, and freedom to be myself. And that's why I'm telling you, I'm living in it right now, because being myself, and even coming here on YouTube and to be myself like this is like the best thing that has, like, God bless you guys even for being here and watching this. You're watching a girl living her best life. Yet, and I don't know, I think God is about to do like so much more. Yeah, so welcome to the fan club, and I pray that you'll be part of this journey with me. What message do you want your content to leave with people? Wow. This is a good. Let me repeat it. What message do you want your content to leave with people? So, I want my content to make you feel seen. I want my content to make you feel understood. I want my content to make you feel inspired, because my content will be content that is very raw. You're going to see so many ups and downs, so much realness and rawness that maybe the world hides in a lot of content. So I feel like I want my content to leave a good taste in your mouth, where you get to understand that knowing Jesus and even loving Him is such a treasure. I want my content to make you be inspired to want to know this Christ, because I am not the person who He rescued a few months or years ago. No, I am a different person. He makes me different every day. So you'll see so much unpacking, you'll see so much of realness and rawness, you'll see so much of adventure, you'll see so much of a walk with God in this little corner of YouTube. And it may not be maybe content that many or all people will consume, but I feel like it will be content that will make you feel seen also, and be like, oh my goodness, so even a real person goes through that. So I don't know if there is any other question. There are like three more questions that I can get into. There are three questions. What does your intuition sound like, and do you listen to it? Ooh, interesting. My intuition is quiet. My intuition is consistent. Anytime I know that God is speaking to me, it is through my intuition. It is usually very quiet and loud at the same time, because it will be persistent, and it will be like back to back, do this. So yeah, I think that's how I find that my intuition is yeah, I don't know. Are there any other questions? Oof. Okay. So there is also a question like, what are you afraid of? And that one I have answered. How do you define love beyond relationship? Ooh, love. How do I define love? Love for me, it is the representation of love for me is God. He is the true representation of love for me, the truest representation of love for me. But apart from that, I feel like the greatest representation of love for me is also through ideal relationships that of people who actually love me, family and good friendships and a good community like Yeshua Rescue Ministry. That is also a definition of love. And also love is how you treat yourself also when no one is watching. I feel like most people, when people are watching on camera, they're like doing this, they're buying themselves flowers. Oh honey, I buy myself flowers, I do this and that, even when no one is watching. I treat myself even when no one is watching. I walk away from situations without consulting. That is now love. So when you love God, he also pours the same into you, and he helps you understand that his love should also reflect in your life. Okay, so let me check if this thing is recording. So I think I'll answer two more questions so that we can get to 30 minutes. It was a minute meant to be 10 minutes, but seems I can talk. Another question is, if your life is a journey of awakening, where are you right now? Ooh. This is a good one. If your life is a journey of awakening, where are you right now? Okay, that's a good question. So the phase that I am right now currently is the phase of unlearning. I feel like there were phases of healing, and God took me through that phase. But also there is a lot I'm healing also from, because I feel like you can never be perfect and be like, yeah. But I'm in the phase of unlearning so much, especially the belief around Christianity, the belief about being a Christian and you should do this, you should do that. A lot of unlearning. I am having a lot of unlearning within myself, within myself, and that is shifting my perspective in so many ways. So I feel like sometimes it's confusing, but I think that is also growth. That is what growth is, right? I think so. The shift of your mindset, the shift of your reality, the shift of perspective. I feel like that is where I am right now in my awakening journey. How do you define love beyond relationships? That I have answered. Which other question? What fears have shaped your decisions the most? I think this will be the last question. Enough of the deep questions. I feel like I am digging myself too much. So, what is the fear? What is the what? Nasahau swali. What fears have shaped your decisions the most? Ooh, that's a good one. The fears that have shaped my decisions the most are the fear to lose self, because I think I have lost myself severally in this timeline of life. But I feel like the greatest thing that I have come to understand is that God is a restorer. He is able to restore everything that has been lost. But again, I think the greatest fear is like finding myself back to that failure. I have had so much failure in life, and God has been able to restore and give me an equal share of what was lost. But I feel like my greatest fear would be losing the love and the touch of God in my life, because the moments when I lost myself and I had these failures, I was not in Him. So I feel like the greatest fear, Kabisa, the greatest thing that I fear the most is not losing things or people or anything. The greatest fear is losing that touch, that intimacy with Christ, that love of Christ within myself, because I feel like for me it has become such a reward, such a gift. And I think I have learned to really appreciate this path of and walk with Christ, because God has helped me understand that everything that He does, He's so intentional. And even through the times when I felt like I have had enough and I'm lost myself and all that, He was right there with me. And I've come to really know him for myself and understand who he is as a father. So, yeah, I think that is one of the things that I will highlight and put out there. So, I think I'll continue to answer more questions as we continue to walk together in this walk of YouTube. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. And we'll have another one maybe soon. I love these story times. They're easy to do. Like, unlike the filming of content and doing this, doing that, doing those. I feel like this is better. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you for watching and subscribe. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, and yeah, and do that thing. Thank you and have a good one. Bye guys.